Welcome to Boys Planet, the show where two boyfriends talk about the Mnet K-pop boy band survival show Boys Planet, and none of your faves are safe because they already got eliminated and...
Or they weren't in this episode.
Or they weren't, yeah. Or ours got eliminated, probably, honestly. I'm Miles.
I'm Andy.
And this was just an episode of performances.
Some might say the leftovers.
A lot of leftovers in this episode. I mean, some performances that were like, yes, thank God, thank you, but there were a lot of the leftovers. I have no stars, I have no confidence, I have no singing ability.
I think this was the episode of, 11-year-old boys dancing to K-pop on a stage, and not exactly the dynamic performances we saw in the previous episode. We watched this episode, and then later in the day couldn't even remember what performances happened during the episode, so I feel like that's very telling.
Well, I went back and I was like, oh yeah, Backdoor. Oh yeah, Love Me Right. But Burn It Up.
Hot Sauce.
And, wait,
Burn
Danger.
It Up. Burn It Up, we just rewatched it. I feel like that was the first time I ever saw it. Okay, but let's dive in. Let's love dive in. Let's dive in.
I mean, I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, how many notes did I even take? The K group of Burn It Up.
Yeah, Burn It Up goes first.
I wrote Babies Be Babies.
I wrote Too Many Boys. They are children. It is just such young-looking boys with parted bangs, wearing white shirts, and doing okay.
Yeah. And that's what the G group was too. I mean, I wrote down...
I said, who are any of these boys? Question mark.
Yeah, because they're such low ranks and they weren't really featured in the audition episode. So us as the viewers, it's like... What are we supposed to do with that? I don't know. Also, the song's not good. That was my thing with, Burn It Up and with Hot Sauce. But Burn It Up, I'm like, this just isn't a very good song. It feels dated already. The instrumental chorus thing.
Yeah.
It's just not...
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Danger. My notes basically just say, can we turn the voices up? Because this is Danger.
No, I want to turn the voices off. Danger is just everybody is trying to... I think it's sung really high, and everyone's trying to do this part where they're like... But I'm singing it way lower than it should be sung. It should be sung way higher than that.
But that's how they should be singing it, because they can't hit...
They should be... There's a few that could kind of do it, but they should really just be falsettoing it because it's an issue. I think K-Group, there was a guy with a really long, straight nose, and he, to me, was easily the best. We don't know his name.
He will be eliminated as of Friday morning, but...
Maybe.
Goodbye,
but
we loved you.
He was rapping. He was in the center a lot. He also hit the notes in the singing, which no one else was hitting well. So, justice for this long, straight-nosed man.
Coming from a long, straight-nosed man.
Nose recognized nose. Seunghwan barely had any lines, but he was clearly a professional among the rest. Lee Da-ul was there. He was giving it his all. I don't know. I mean, this is what I was talking about with the rapping. None of the rappers on this episode were giving it to me. I feel honestly, of any of the performances we watched, only Haruto from Love Me Right.
Who we don't even like that much.
Who growing on me, and Kunhee from the K group doing Kill This Love. Those are the only two that really hit for me.
My only note for K group was both technically bad, but I spelled technically. Tech, Niquelly.
Technically doesn't have a Q.
That's where I went wrong.
I don't know why you're technical surprise.
For G group, I just wrote the word strained, and I put 5 E's in it. I think because I wanted to look away from the television screen.
Yeah, the voice cracks. Where, I don't think that Hot Sauce or Burn It Up are, that good of songs, or that good of songs to show off talent. I think Danger is almost the most sad, because it really could have been... I think that's where you could have had an amazing vocalist and amazing rappers, and it could have been really special. But nobody had the skills to really do it, besides the guy with the straight nose. Okay, Backdoor, thank God. I love Backdoor. Well, I love that song.
Breath of Fresh Air.
Breath of Fresh Air. Breath of Angry Air.
Okay, what's your first note? Mine says, Eugen, who cares?
It's hard to be he is supposed to be this top tier dancer, but there are so many good dancers, so I'm if you're not bringing anything on top of that, I don't care. And who's bringing something on top of that? Jungkook, who ate.
Loved him from the first episode. 100% will not get in the group.
I know.
But is the kind of person where I'm like, this is the first time on the show where I'm feeling something for a person where I'm like, maybe I should download the app and vote for him.
Oh, he's giving you Fuyaning urge.
Oh yeah, he's giving me the Fuyaning urge.
Yeah. I mean,
Which Fuyaning wasn't even my favorite of the show, but I was like, we need to push her.
Yeah, he just ripped that stage apart and like had fun.
And he was great in
Neurotic.
Yeah.
I care way more about him than Ji-young, his like partner, the sexy boys love one. I mean, I don't dislike him, but I don't care as much about him. I liked of all of the people revealing their abs that Ji-young put the t-shirt in his mouth and said lyrics.
And showed nipple.
And yeah, I don't need that, but
And everyone else who did it, I was like, those are just skinny abs and or ribs.
Well, Andy, I want to ask you as an ab aficionado and someone who is into a trim waistline, did any of the abs do it for you?
No. None of them were abs to me. They were like skinny.
It wasn't like muscle-y enough.
Yeah, but I think I'm just coming from like a Western viewpoint. Like, I think Park Han-bin with the blue hair is hot, but then when we saw that his arms were like Q-tips, disappointing. But I would see his abs.
He showed his abs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Were they good? Were they like skinny and white?
They were skinny and white, like everyone else. Like white.
They look like a cheddar grater.
We mean the color white. Like a white sheet of paper is the skin tone.
They're choosing to give us
color balance for. No, I mean Park Han-bin is skipping ahead, but I did agree. Like he's wearing a sleeveless vest, and I was like, if he just had something, shoulder, tricep, something, but that would be so much better and more exciting. And I'm not even talking
sexually?
I'm not even talking about sexually. I'm just being like the manly image of the song. Like, but he's giving me like boy arm, which I know it's called Boys Planet, but we want a little man planet.
We were fully watching Boys Planet today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but Jongwoo from Backdoor K Group, the best person on the episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's man. I would explore his backdoor.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think you were gonna say that. When skipping ahead again, but at the end of the episode, when they're like, one of these groups is gonna perform on M Countdown, I said out loud, I was like, K Group, Backdoor. Like that was my first thought, and then that's.
Oh, I thought G Group.
Kill This Love.
Because we were at the theater. All right, let's move on to G Group, Backdoor. First thoughts.
I mean, Backdoor is almost the back scenes of Backdoor are almost more interesting. Like Christian is the original killing part, and then they switch it to Ricky. The trainers ask them to because they're like, Christian's too feminine, which I agree. I don't think being feminine is a bad thing, but I think the vibe of the song is masculine as hell, and Christian is giving you like pretty. Because he is pretty. And I'm like, yeah, you probably should switch that. And don't switch it to Camden. I know Camden was like, should I do it? I'm like, no, switch it to Ricky. He's the best that you have of this vibe. But
everyone in the G Group was in Slytherin. And Camden is from Gryffindor and was like, how do I interact with these snake people? Everyone just had like big personalities, and I feel like Camden was just a little bit like, shouldn't have been leader.
Camden, though, I know they clearly made him leader because he speaks Korean. And they want, and they want like someone I think that can interact with the trainers better, relay. I think that's why he was the leader. But yeah, he seemed overwhelmed. My Christian highlights, because I feel like Christian deserves his own highlight segment, is him French tucking his jersey constantly.
Wearing hideous white boots.
Still wearing his hideous white boots. And then when they're talking about switching the killing part, he says, please don't rip this out of me.
And they do.
But I thought, okay, G Group Backdoor is not as good as K Group Backdoor, but I still really liked it. I really liked them both. And I thought of all of the K versus G, those were the closest in neck and neck.
I think if K Group Backdoor wasn't in the episode, this would be the best, most interesting of the episode.
I liked it because they all like brought different flavors.
Yeah, they felt, as you always say, Spice Girls.
Yeah.
They all had like different things. You could say, oh, that's Ricky. Oh, that's Christian.
Oh, that's Camden, but maybe it's Brian. And then there's the other two, but one of the other two Chinese ones that was like rapping or something was like great. So
they were balanced. They were good.
Yeah, they were balanced. Yeah, they didn't have as much power as K, but I liked them.
And now we're gonna talk about hot sauce for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Here's your 1 minute of hot sauce content.
Here's our hot minute on hot sauce. Don't care.
Park Han-bin.
Goodbye to everybody. Park Han-bin, hot.
Park Han-bin continues to be amazing. He better survive the elimination. I pray to God. He's like one of the most exciting people on the show for me.
No, him and Jongwoo are the only people that I actually care about. Because the other people, like, if you're on the top and you're, like, doing amazing on the show, I don't have an emotional connection to that.
Yeah, you're, like, safe
I
now.
want somebody that's, like, fighting.
Yeah.
And I wrote Park Han-bin, exclamation point. And then do you know what I wrote after that? Terrible outfits, wet seal, question mark. Jihu outfit, question mark, question mark.
Oh, yeah, I wrote Jihu is great, but goggles and huge vest is distracting. He was, like, drowning in those clothes.
These boys got the scraps of the songs.
Yeah.
And the scraps of the outfit budget.
But everyone that was wearing a vest
did best. If you're wearing a vest, you are in our top.
Jihu, vest. Park Han-bin, vest.
Other person who was wearing a vest.
Vest.
Great.
Yeah, I don't like the song Hot Sauce. I don't think it's a good demonstration of their talent. There's not enough, like, music in it.
And they're singing in unison.
But they're shouting in unison.
And the whole time I was like, please turn their microphones up. Like, we had our sound bar on full volume, and I still was like, I cannot hear them singing. Hot Sauce was a hot pass.
Hot mess. Okay, Love Me Right. Did you like K Group better or G Group better?
I think the question is, did you like K Group better, or did you like J Group better? Because Love Me Right, I mean, as we talked on the last episode, was the J show that we were lucky to be watching.
Mm-hmm.
This poor boy who will not make it into the group, I'm 100% sure, but
I don't know.
love him.
He might.
Has the most raw talent of anyone on the show. Im-ho. K-Group, I was like, okay, you have the best people in there. There's no wrong note. No one did anything wrong. It's very impressive. Was I excited? No. Yeah, I mean, to me, there was, like, no spark. It was like,
yeah.
You have the best people, and you did great.
Because this G Group, the spark was J. Like, that was just exciting. It was, like, never before seen. G Group also just felt quirkier. Like, they have, like, Haruto rapping, and I thought he was the better rapper if we compare him against K Group. And they had, like, Dong Hong Hai, who's, like, blonde, and Haru with their blonde hair, and Winnie with the orange hair, like, Anthony, for better or for worse. Like, it just felt, like, more varied and, like, fresh. I still think K Group is good. I mean, I think...
K Group was better. Like, hands down better.
Yeah. But more memorable? I don't know. I mean, Hui holding the microphone like a penis is iconic.
It was gross. I mean, first of all, you know, as I've said on this show, I think he looks like a 30-year-old woman who's had too much Botox.
Uh-huh.
And then holding the penis microphone and standing on a pile of boys, like, I've seen that, but it was in a dungeon basement. And it was at 3 a.m. on a Saturday night, and I had to pay $20 to get in there.
I didn't like it.
But you had favorites from this?
Yeah, I mean, Sung Han Bin's great. We, like, continue to love him. I loved his outfit.
Handsome AF.
Handsome as hell. He had almost like a mistress from Drag Race game going on where he didn't ask for the killing part but then got it anyway, which is, like, the best because you can be like, I'm humble and I'm not going to be greedy, but then I got what I wanted.
Oh, he said, I originally wanted to be an elementary school teacher, and I was like, the women of Korea...
They're all pregnant. Everyone got pregnant from that phrase.
It gave me an erection, but okay.
So he's great, and then Yadam right.
Yay!
Yadam. I don't know what the pun is, but he was fantastic. I made Andy watch his fan cam. He's, like, short. His pants are crazy. Ugly. He's wearing just, like...
His knees are just, like, gelatin.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. You should watch his fan cam.
Yeah, he just kept adding. Like, I like the people that add. He's like, every single moment, I'm going to do, like, a Michael Jackson move. I'm going to do popping and locking. I'm going to vibrate my body. He had great facial expressions. He had the Anthony role where Anthony kind of failed on it.
Oh, he was Anthony?
Yeah, and he did all those singing. Oh. He had high notes, too.
Oh, no, I know, but I'm sorry, Anthony fans out there, but I've heard balloons that have better tunes than he had.
Yeah, it wasn't a good place to put Anthony. But I don't know, didn't we kind of see that? Even with Anthony and with Lee Da-eul, it was like people were deferring to them because they had high rank. Like, that was the cool thing to see going back to Danger, Seonghwan as the leader. You could tell, like, they wanted to put Da-eul in another role when they were reorganizing, and then Da-eul was like, well, I chose this group, I have the high role, I don't want
I know I'm like 8 years younger than you,
but I don't want to move. Like, I got to put this group together, which I thought was right. I'm like, that's probably what I would say. You can't take apart from a beloved person because the fans will come for you. So
even if you 100% can do them better than they ever could dream of doing.
yeah. So you saw Sungwon in that bind. He's like, I'm the leader and I want to reorganize, but I kind of can't touch Daol. But I like that. I'm like, yeah,
but that's
think about the
show.
show. Think about the strategy. Like,
this is the juice that I want from the show. That's why I like the background stuff. When I read reviews of the show and people that are barely watching it are like, why is it so long? I just want to see performances. I'm like, I can see the performances on YouTube. I want to see these boys fighting.
Yeah.
And not in the way you say before they perform.
Yeah.
I want to see a Chinese person speaking broken English to a Japanese person.
Speaking broken English.
Speaking broken English and fighting about something stupid that doesn't matter in the long run. Okay, so the performances as a whole, all 37 that we watched. What is your top group that seemed like a cohesive boy group that could debut? That you would have seen on Mnet and wouldn't think anything about them like being trainees?
Kill This Love G group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that was theater.
They looked the part. They looked like a group. Like, because I could say, like, Korea Backdoor, because I love that performance, but I'm like, I don't think that I would necessarily put all those boys together. Some of those boys were in roles, and I'm like, why are they in that role? Like, it was clearly a lot of popular people, and I knew who they were, but I don't know that I would make that combination. Yeah, so that was the first, like, mission. I'm immediately excited for the next mission, where they're going to probably do, like, vocal and dance and rap in different sizes, and that's always fun, but I think first we have to watch them eliminate.
Thank God.
Yeah. There's just too many, guys. I think this episode showed there's, like, too many for us as mere mortals without spreadsheets.
Too many of us who are, like, doing the homework.
Yeah.
And we still are like, who are these people?
Yeah. I'm excited for less. I'm excited, I guess, for them to, like, wrestle and throw each other on mats. I don't know.
Okay, so a lot of these other recap shows that we are watching, they're always like, what is your top 9? But who are your top 2? And don't pick the obvious.
I only get 2.
We're picking, like, who do we want to get, like, 8th and 9th?
I need 3. Because I'm going to say Park Han-bin, Kong, I didn't forget about you, boo, and
Kong, who will not get in the group, but we love him.
We love, please go solo in Vietnam or something. And then, I guess I'd say Jongwoo.
Yeah, I would say Park Han-bin, Jongwoo, and, yeah, don't care about anyone else.
Justice for Winnie. I feel like I'm forgetting like 7,000 people because I didn't get to look at my phone to look at my, like, what I've been voting for top 9. I'm like, I know the precious babies are.
Oh, Camden. I would say Camden.
Oh, you would?
I like Camden, and I think that he has lots of skills. Great dancer.
Fantastic dancer.
He can rap, he can sing, like, and he can speak fluent English. That's my, yeah. I would say Park Han-bin, Jongwoo, and Camden. All-rounders.
Yeah, they all are. They're actual all-rounders.
Yeah.
Okay?
Ganuk.
I know. I'm like, why do I care about Ganuk when I can have Park Han-bin?
Yeah, and people on the internet were like, Ganuk looks amazing in Let's Kill This Love, and I was like, he just showed that he was skinny.
Yeah.
Skinny's not enough for me. We come from the West.
We gotta free the forehead. He looked so much better with the forehead free.
Yeah, and because of pecs. Bruh.
That's too much to ask, I think, of these boys. This was Gaze Planet, produced by me, Miles. Theme song LOL by me, Miles. Our logo is by Anne.
Shout out to Anne.
Fucking with no last name. Andy's my co-host. You can follow us on social if you want. I'm at UGFine, which is UGHHHHHH Fine.
I'm at Andrew with 3 E's, 108. Shout out to our one person who followed us last week.
Oh, hell yes.
Who's an NCT fan. We didn't forget about you. Don't know your name.
I know. Sorry, NCT fans, that we're just, like, not driving. I wish they had done.
But it did stop my heart when I looked at it during my work shift. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, I need to put my phone away.
Are we famous? Thank you for everyone that's listening and is making us feel famous. We'll see you next time. Bye, team.
Bye, team.